Okay, so before the break, I asked what classic video game character was originally known as Jumpman. The answer is C, Mario. Before Super Mario Brothers, Mario first appeared in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong, where he was known as Jumpman. He was a pixelated carpenter who jumped all over barrels. Okay, if that brought back some memories, there's an expo this weekend dedicated to retro gaming. There's also events for music and book lovers. Joining us with a few things to check out around town is radio host and travel expert George Lindsay with Houston Happenings. Good morning.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
The lady who was here talking about the crystals.
Yes.
My wife is here with me, and she asked if the rocks in my head mean anything.
Yeah, yes. She's already left. I'm sure she could give us an answer, but that's why you wore your glittery jacket.
A little sparkle, to go with it there.
Okay,
so
very diamond.
yeah.
All right, so Lindsay Adventures. This
Yes.
is such a great idea. You went from the airwaves to the airways. You and your wife love traveling
We
all
do.
the time. I always feel like she's here. I always feel like I got to bring her up here.
Yeah,
just let us see you. Just let us come on. Yeah, you and your wife always love traveling.
We do. We love travel, absolutely.
So you decided to make it a thing.
Yeah, we did. And the thing that we like to say is we take the hesitant traveler and get them out in the world.
When you say hesitant traveler, who's that?
It's empty nesters, solo travelers, anybody who feels like maybe they've missed the boat.
Yeah, and then you say solo travelers. I know a lot of people would love to go someplace. They don't have that, other person
that travel
to travel
partner.
with.
And that's what we are. That's what we do. And we do everything from before giving you all the emails about how to prepare if you haven't traveled in a while, to during the trip making sure that you always have somebody to sit with at lunch and discuss all the stuff you see. It's just part of that. We take you from hesitation to destination.
Yeah, and speaking of destinations, I called this next one, I thought this should be a beautiful menopause trip. And you're like, I'm not saying that. Your wife understands me on this one.
I make the schedule.
Yeah. That's right, you make the schedule. Because it was the Canadian Rockies and Glacier National Park.
Yeah, there was a group of about 30 of us that went to Glacier National Park in the Canadian Rockies in the summertime from Houston. It was a great call by Deanna. Let me tell you, we walked on a glacier, we saw the mountains, we saw 8 grizzly bears. I mean, it was an incredible trip, and every morning we woke up, it was about 33 degrees.
I was going to say, you buried the lead. 33 degrees.
33 degrees.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the lead in the summer in Houston. So.
35 people going to Iceland in October to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah, we're looking forward. That's another one that we've been there before. Iceland's my favorite place in the world. Wow. And it's, again, we were standing on the glacier in the Canadian Rockies, and I had 2 people come up, Don and Sandy, and they put their arm around me and they said, we never thought that we'd be here. We thought the time had passed for us to get here. And to be with people like that, that's our mission. We feel like that's our mission, to use our God-given talents to do that.
Speaking of God-given, 2027, April, Greece, and you're tracing the Bible history steps.
Yeah, this is going to be, this is something we're really so excited about,
This is exciting.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's called The Footsteps of Paul, and we go to a number of the spots that he traveled to and that he wrote about. We'll be in Philippi, and we'll go to Thessaloniki, if I get it right, from the book of Thessalonians. And I just think it's so fascinating that we'll get to dip our toe in the history of that area and really, see what it's like.
And we just happened to throw in a 3-day cruise of the Greek islands in the middle of this 10-day trip. Which, by the way, is some of the same places that is covered in the Odyssey, going around the Greek islands.
Speaking
so it'll
of covering, April 20th to the 30th, somebody's going to have to cover me on Great Day, because this is, I'm going to be with
broadcast live from the boat.
Lindsay-adventures.com.
That's
Lindsay-adventures.com. All right, Houston Happenings, the 6th annual Miller Summer Mixtape.
You know what? This is one of my favorite things. You and I know, as long as we've been here in Houston, one of the great things about Houston is the local music scene. And that's what this is all about. It celebrates the young artists that are shaping Houston's independent music scene. Some great folks. Soulful storytelling from Sarah Verskirk. Also infused blues rock from St. Judas and the Black Hymns. And Rodell Duff, who is one of my favorite local artist, is going to be there too. And again, they have everything from classic country twang to different kinds of stuff. It's all about celebrating those artists that make Houston, Houston. The 6th annual Miller Summer Mixtape. It's at the Miller Outdoor Theater. Couldn't be, it's one of my favorite things of the summer,
All right, to my LGBTQ plus friends out there, you had an opportunity but it's okay. So the Pride Houston Parade was canceled in June.
In June because of the weather. Yeah,
Because
crazy.
of the weather, because it was all rainy and crazy and a whole bit. And I thought, since you have a chance to reschedule in November.
Yeah.
But we didn't. We got the time that we got.
That's
and so
okay, that's
Pride,
right.
yeah, Pride Houston 365 Parade Day is going to be happening this Saturday.
Yeah, it's, again, free to attend. Everybody knows about this. It's one of the best pride parades in the country, and everybody knows that it's going to be happening because of that weather thing, celebrating love, diversity, equity, pride. They'll have floats, local talent, all that kind of stuff. It goes on from 5 to 10. It's
So
this
5
weekend.
p.m. at least after
5 p.m. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get
we'll
past it a little bit there. Yeah, so.
All right, Bookstore Romance Day across Houston. You're like, oh,
Oh yeah,
gee,
here
I
we
love
go.
this.
Here we go. What's the book that we used to talk about on the radio show?
Romancing Mr. Bridgerton.
I just love that title.
Romancing
And that became
Mr.
Bridgerton, right?
Yes.
We talked about it on the radio show years
That
ago.
could be
but
another trip.
This is going to be, it's at several local bookstores. As a matter of fact, one of our favorite bookstores, Murder by the Book, is a great store if you've never been in there. But so is the Brazos Bookstore, Murder by the Book. By the Book is there. Kindred Stores and Blue Willow Bookshop is offering some discounts too. And this again is your local independent booksellers all getting ready to celebrate that romance book month. So this is going to be so much fun this weekend.
All right, back to those video games I was talking about. Retro Video Game Expo. I somewhat take offense to, because I played that first Donkey Kong. They're like, oh wow, so retro. That was just yesterday.
Yeah,
it was just yesterday.
Question though, did you have to blow on the cartridge? Remember that? When it wouldn't work, you'd blow on it and put it back in the game and it would work. It would, I swear. Anybody else watching, come on, you know this.
George,
so, yeah.
let's move on with the Retro
Anyway,
Video
yeah.
Game Expo.
This weekend, no blowing on the cartridges, although they will have, by the way, cartridges, retro game marketplace there. It's Charlie's Collectible Show. This is one of the big things. It's a 2-day celebration, so there's a lot of time to get there. They're having competitive retro tournaments, nonstop free play on all kinds of 80s games and so much more. They do have vintage consoles and the cartridges that I was talking about. Hard to find titles. It goes on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. And there's a big Uno tournament, by the way. Free to get in, by the way. Free
that
entry.
should be
So,
fun.
yeah.
All right, this next one. You either are or you aren't. You either are or you aren't. It's the Cat Video Festival 2026. I love cats. We have one, but some people are not cat
See,
people.
I'm a dog person.
I like
She's
dogs
a
too.
cat person.
Oh, there
And
you
we've
go.
made it work for 42 years.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
you
it's
go.
like, it
Right.
works, right? Yeah.
Do you
so
have dogs and cats?
we've had several dogs
Okay,
and cats in that
okay.
time. Yeah. So,
Yes,
yeah. But,
okay.
yeah, the Cat Video Festival, by the way, my son Matt and his wife Liza will be at this. It is a feline.
after mom, yeah.
They're cat people. It is a feline film festival. Yes, exactly what it sounds like. They have taken and put together 100 hilarious, heartwarming, and adorable cat videos. They've curated a collection of cat clips, and it's all going on. And a portion of the proceeds go to the great thing called Lear's Legacy. Lear was a cat that was kind of a neighborhood cat, if you will, here in Houston, and took on kind of a life and story of its own. And they started a foundation to help kind of with the cat population that they have, help rescue cats and stuff like that.
Yeah, it lived on the U of H campus.
It lived on the U of H campus.
Like,
Everybody
is
know
the
it.
cougar here? No, it's a whole different
Nope,
cat.
it was Lear the cat down on U of H campus, yeah. And that's happening Saturday, and it goes on. Actually, there's a showing today at 11:30, but then a showing on Saturday at 3:15 for the Cat Video Festival, only in Houston. Come on, y'all.
Well, I'm going to go to it too. Look, if you don't like cats, you go to this Cat Video Festival and you're going to go get yourself a cat, okay?
Yeah.
What I love about
don't
cats,
want a cat.
Well, yeah, well, you know, but you got to give a cat a try.
No,
I thought I didn't either, but what I love is I get home, she's like, meow, I pet her, and then she's gone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and she still loves me.
Yeah, that's
Still loves
true.
me. Yeah,
That's true.
it. The dog is like wanting something all the time. Yeah. Okay, all right. Thank you two very
Thank you very much.
And again,
Thanks for having us on. We love being
April,
here.
the trip, how far out does somebody have to plan before?
Yeah,
like
it's
being
usually about, you need to let us know by 6 months before. So April is coming up, our deadline to get your deposit in. So you'll have the rest of the year to pay. Deadline to get deposit in is mid-October.
Okay.
So for that trip in
Greece
April.
trip, with retracing those biblical stories, steps.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
And for more information on Lindsay Adventures or any of the Houston happenings we mentioned, visit greatdayhouston.com. And thanks for being a good sport, because you were just going to do the segment yourself, and I just kept looking over there at her, and I thought, there we go.
We're always happy to be on here. Yeah.